We need to have a little chat about Austringer. This is the IS Luna remastered, if you will, that came in Season of Opulence, and there's been a lot of talk about it. God rolls. Is it amazing? Is it average? What is this gun? Now, as a 140 hand cannon, it doesn't bring a lot to the table compared to some other weapons that might be available. If you look at something like Ace of Spades as an exotic, that is a top tier weapon with some top tier stats. There are some very good 150s and even some 180s that in many situations would beat this statistically. Now, 140s currently don't bring a lot to the table. Other than the massive range, in close range situations they lose to 150s and 180s. In mid-range situations you most likely lose to 150s and 180s. And the only time a 140 shines is when you are at the longest range possible, which, if you play your ranges, is obviously going to be pretty valuable and good. But there's a lot of situations where 140s are not the best hand cannons in the game. So why the hell do I keep using it? And why have I started playing incredible compared to what I was before? Ace of Spades does probably everything this gun could do, if not better in many situations, but I still find that with the Austringer, I am playing better. Why? Part of me wants to believe it's muscle memory of some sort. I've shot the IS Luna in Destiny 1 tens, if not hundreds of thousands of times. But I'm playing on mouse and keyboard now, so it can't be necessarily muscle memory, but it could be familiarity. The amount of times that I've shot IS Luna and understand the recoil pattern is burnt into my brain, so I can get a feel for the weapon pretty quickly, even if I'm using a different input to use it. I also can kind of picture the maximum range that I can effectively use it, so it's a familiarity in when will this weapon perform well. Mixing in the ability to get custom rolls on this and optimize things for the stats you like, such as range, allows you to use this at some pretty obscene distances, and it allows you to get things like Outlaw if you like to reload in the middle of fights. I'm still grinding for the perfect one, but even a mid-tier rolled one can be pretty fantastic when used properly. It does some crazy damage, it has some of the best hit registration in the game, and honestly, I have fallen in love with it. Now, again, I probably could just use Ace of Spades. It's in the same slot, it's an exotic, it's got some great memento mori, damage, it's got some good range, it's got some AoE if you get a headshot, it's even got Outlaw built into it. Ace of Spades is a top tier gun and should probably be better than this, but I cannot put Austringer down. I don't know if it's because it's more satisfying, I don't know if it's because it is better, and I just haven't accepted it yet. But something about this weapon keeps me using it, and I perform very well while using it. If I get 50 eliminations in a game, that is typically a very good game on PC for me. I don't get a lot of 50 bombs. It just doesn't happen for me. On console, maybe, because I get to farm people like True Vanguard all day, right? Really easy targets. But on PC, it's much harder for me to get 50 eliminations. And last night, I was getting 50 or approaching 50 in the majority of my games. Now, could that be because my sniping was a little bit more on point? Yes, absolutely. Maybe my targets were a little bit easier, but at the same time, I also played against and with Frostbolt for a handful of games. And he was putting up 45, 46 kills in some of the games. And guess what he was using? The Austringer. Now, his roll might have even been better than mine because he was clapping faces with that thing. Woo! It was like poetry in motion. But he's one of the best players in the world. And if he is using it and putting down weapons like Ace of Spades and things like that for it, well, there might be a reason that that's happening. Does it have the best in slot stability? Maybe not. Does it have the best in slot reload speed or handling? Maybe not. The only stat that I could see being top tier would be the range stat. But other than that, the gun it's just a legendary. And many of the legendaries in the game can roll with similar perks. It's not got this custom Austringer perk that sets it apart and makes it OP. It's just good. I don't know. I think it's got better hit registration than pretty much any hand cannon in the game. Even IS Luna, I find sometimes I get like a body shot when it should have been a headshot, or I fluff it over their head and it doesn't connect. And maybe that is tied in with the range stat, but with Ace of Spades, it has an incredible range stat as well. So I don't know. I don't know why, but there's something about Austringer, and I've said it about 10 times in this video, but it just feels right. And I'm going to be farming for this, and I wanted to make this video because I think you should as well. There is stuff floating around, even True Vanguard, he said the other day, there was probably some better guns out there than this one, but he plays on console. And if you're a console player, I do agree with him. There's probably some better hand cannons out there. And there's probably a lot of maps and situations where pulse rifles are probably better on console. The meta is completely different than PC. But on PC, this gun is incredible, in my opinion. It is so damn good. And I think that's why you see such a wide variance on this. Some people call it amazing, and then, other people call it average, and it's like, well, which one is it? Well, they're different sandboxes, and the more I use this gun and the more comfortable I feel with it, I do feel like it's one of the best, if not best, hand cannons in the game. Including every archetype of hand cannon, including all the exotics, I still think that this one just works. And it might be a preference thing. It might be a familiarity thing. But I'm looking at some of the shots I'm hitting. I'm feeling so comfortable with this. And the last time I felt this comfortable with a weapon was actually Midnight Coup. Now, back in the day, Midnight Coup felt very different than it did now. So about 9 months ago with Forsaken, or whenever September is that 9 months? I think that's 9 months. They changed how 150s feel. They changed the recoil pattern, the way it bounces around. They used to be much snappier. And about 9 months ago, or I guess it would be 10 months ago, let's say, right before Forsaken, I was playing a bunch, getting ready for Forsaken, and that was the best I ever felt at Destiny. I would go into lobbies, I would pull off these crazy plays, and it was the first time on mouse and keyboard that I was like, holy shit, I feel like I'm actually kind of good at this. I've always felt sloppy on PC. I've always felt like I wasn't really hitting my shots. I didn't feel comfortable with my weapons. I felt like I was missing shots that I thought I should be hitting. But after mastering Midnight Coup, I finally felt like I was good. I was landing my shots. I felt like I knew what I was doing. And then they nerfed it and they changed it. And I've never felt comfortable in the last 9 months with a gun again. I said it earlier, Ace of Spades. It's a good weapon, but I felt like some of my shots would fluff off and they just wouldn't connect. It wouldn't be a headshot even though I was like right on his head, right? I felt like, what the hell's going on here? These shots don't feel like they're registering properly. I don't feel comfortable with these weapons. I don't trust myself with these weapons. The amount of times I've outplayed people with Austringer in the past couple days where I feel like I should have been dead, but I hit 3 perfect headshots, and I feel confident and comfortable hitting those 3 headshots that I have to hit to save my life. It's incredible. It feels completely different. I feel so much more confident. I feel so much better at this game, and it's this gun. My dudes, nothing has changed. I haven't magically gotten better. I've not drinking a wizard's potion to teach me to play. I'm the same guy. Nothing has changed in my loadout but this gun. This sexy, bejeweled hand cannon. Gifted by the gods. And I don't even have the best roll yet. When I get the best roll, you better watch out in the Crucible. You'd better watch out because I'm coming for your juicy buns. I'm serious. I love this weapon. If you were on console, you might want to farm it, give it a try. If you get the god roll, you max out that range, maybe you use some rampage, there's some different rolls that are all valuable and really solid. Go hunt for them. Go get them. Try them out. And then let me know what you think. But if you were on PC, I don't care if it's a 140. I don't care if it's not statistically the best. try this weapon, learn this weapon, and you might be shocked at how good it is. Because I was. The second I saw that it was a 140, I kind of dismissed it and I was like, it's probably not going to be that good. Well, it's my main weapon now. It's the only weapon I use. It's the only weapon I will probably use for some time because the confidence that I feel with this has eluded me for the last 9 months. I have finally felt like I have a gun that I can rely on. This thing is good. It's sexy. Go get it now. That's all I have to say. That's it for me, though, guys. I guess if you want to watch the last couple seconds of this video, you can check it out. There's not much more to say. I just feel like I'm rambling at this point. But enjoy. Appreciate it. You guys have been so supportive in the last little bit. If you guys really do want to help me out, though, I might as well ramble for 30 more seconds. If you guys want to help me out, check out advanced.gg. They make a wicked focus energy drink. No sugar added, no calories. If you guys end up buying that, use the code MTASHED for 10% off at checkout. There's also a link in the description to get it. Also, thank you to ViewSonic for sponsoring the channel. ViewSonic is a long-term sponsor. For the next year, I will be sponsored by ViewSonic. They have changed my life with the support of the channel, and they might change your gaming career with the awesome monitors that they provide. That's it. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.